Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Gunpowder and Freedom Vacation Edition. It is Thursday on my vacation, with the exception of yesterday. Had a very productive week so far. Feel a ton better from yesterday now that I actually got some rest, a good night's sleep. We're ready to get back at it. So today they are calling for a high of, I believe, like 85. So it's a nice cool 65 right now. So what I'm gonna do first thing this morning is get a light set up upstairs and drill some holes. We got all of our outlet boxes set. We got some electrical lights set, or the boxes for the switches set. So next step up there is to drill holes so that we can start running wire either later today or potentially tomorrow morning, depending on how I'm feeling, what this temperature does. But regardless, by the end of today, I'm gonna have all of my outlet boxes set and hopefully all of my light switch boxes set. So get set up upstairs and start drilling. Okay, so I have both of my lasers mounted on the wall. I have my Losgu laser over here and my Sigma laser over here. Putting them both right there gives me a line the entire way around the perimeter of the studs. That way I can just kind of get my drill set up with my 7/8 paddle bit, go down center of each stud, drill a hole, and let's quit delaying this and get to work. Okay, so I just went along and drilled holes all along the perimeter walls for the outlets. I drilled holes up here in these 2x8. Oh boy, I'm blanking on what those are called. My cleats up there. That way I can pull wire for lights. And I actually forgot that Rachel and I had talked about putting a couple ceiling fans up here. So now what that does is I need to replace this with a triple gang box because I need a three-way switch for these stairwell lights. I need a switch for the ceiling lights, and then I will need a third switch for the 2, maybe 3 ceiling fans that are going up here. But regardless, we can pull our power supply for the outlets through these walls up into these rafters, joists, whatever you want to call them. Sorry, a lot of stuff going through my head right now. I'm blanking on what a lot of these things are called. So, but for right now, my drills actually need my impacts need a minute to cool down. So we are going to relocate onto the second floor and start putting up outlet boxes and planning out light switch locations for the remainder of the second floor that I didn't do. So swap out that box for a triple gang, and then we'll see you on the second floor. All right, so very productive morning here. Got outlet boxes and a lot of light switch boxes mounted. Went ahead and put a box sideways like this under the window. That way Eleanor's sitting here reading, doing whatever, and she needs to charge her phone, tablet, you know, whatever she's using. She has an outlet there. Plus, we have to try to meet code, which is one outlet every 12 feet. You can't have a greater distance than 12 feet from outlet to outlet, and 6 feet within each door. So as you can see, we got that. And then one other thing I wanted to point out was in this bathroom, we have, you know, our shower, tub, toilet. We need a fan in here. We also need a light in here. We kind of want that switch in that room because there's really nowhere out here to put it. But the most convenient spot for it right here is in a cold air return. So you can't have an open box like that inside of a cold air return. So as you can see, we boxed it out. And the reason for that is as it's pulling air in, it's going to pull dust in with it. So if we have exposed wires sticking out here, exposed boxes sticking out, that dust can potentially hit that box, stick, and now you have a potential fire hazard. So if you are in a situation like this where you have to have a box inside a cold air return, you just box it out with a 2x4 drywall, seals that all off, and you are good to go. So pressing on, we got hallway outlets in. There's one there, there's one there, and then this switch will be for the chandelier. I think I said that last night or yesterday whenever I was doing this. Master bedroom's done, master bathroom and closet are almost done. I just need to kind of finalize light switch placement, light switch function with Rachel. But for right now, we got to run out to Cranberry, grab some stuff, grab some lunch, come back here, and either keep hanging outlet boxes downstairs on the first floor or start drilling holes on the second floor. So yeah, productive morning. Let's keep it rolling. All right, everybody, so we are back from Cranberry. Had to do a little bit of running around. One of the things that I had to grab on top of the ceiling fan boxes, we'll go over that here in a little bit as to why those are specifically for a ceiling fan. One of the things I had to get was my second roll of my SER cable. This is for the electricity coming in from the meter box, well, specifically a disconnect box, which is sitting right here that I need to hook up. It'll come in through the wall here, up the wall. We are not drilling holes. I'm just going to make a little bulkhead that'll tie into this bulkhead around the beam because, frankly, I mean, this is a thick wire. I'm not pulling that through a hole. We basically have to run this down here, across here. We'll get it up into that pocket to lose the bulkhead. It'll drop back down and then stay about 1.5 inches away from the wall, running down this. Both lines are going to turn. One will drop inside the wall in through this foam, so our bulkhead will come down and just kind of end. Actually, it'll keep going over to here because the other line has to come over here and come down. But this panel, the one line's going to drop in through the foam, go down the other side, and supply power to this breaker box. The other one, that one's going to be a little bit of a, they're both going to be a fight. So I'm turning the time-lapse camera on. There's not going to be any sound because I'm pretty sure there's going to be words flying that you guys aren't going to want to hear. So enjoy watching me fight this stuff. All right, so that took a little bit of wrestling and muscling, but that actually wasn't as bad as I thought it was gonna be. I think one of the tougher parts was figuring out that if I figured it out right on this stretch, that if I come down and I hang this up just kind of temporarily with a lot of slack here, it's a lot easier to work that this way, so then I'm only carrying the weight of the slack of the cable as opposed to everything that's hanging down. So I'm kind of happy, but I only have like 5 or 6 of those metal strappings left, so it means I can't do the other one right now, but I can at least get it started. Now that one, the one I just ran, like I said, it goes to the breaker box in the garage there. The next one is going to be the little bit more tricky one. Has to follow that same routing, just staying on this side, because when we get down here, we're going to take it this way, and then right where this 3-inch pipe goes into the wall, we're going to poke it through that foam just like we did, since we already have a bulkhead going here. So this bulkhead will just kind of go down along the ceiling, turn, and then follow this back wall straight into this bulkhead. That way, like I said, I don't have to drill any holes. That cable you're not getting that through a drilled hole. If you're sitting there saying, Steve, the aesthetics, you should have drilled through those joists, you do it. You do it. You're not doing it. You're gonna get 3 holes in and you're gonna go, nope, we're gonna bulkhead this. So that one needs to poke in right around here. You can kind of see where that pipe comes in. I think I said actually there, but if we drop it down in this bay, I believe this channel runs straight into the utility room in the basement where that next breaker box is. So like I said, we'll get that one started, use up the strappings that I have, and then get a count on how many more I need, and then we'll go from there. All right, so while I'm waiting for my dad to call me back, we're supposed to be going to get Goodfellows for dinner. I decided to jump on mounting these disconnect boxes. Now this is a little bit tricky because I've never done this before, but Mel talked me through it. He said he believes in me, so thank you. He actually didn't say that, but you know, if he didn't, I don't think he'd be giving me all this advice and telling me do this, do that, and then just leaving me. So Mel, I appreciate all the advice you given me, brother. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get our AZAC mounted up like we did last time, screwing it and caulking it onto the wall. And then we did our layout. So I have a line where the top of my box is. That crow pecker right there is 1.5 inches above to keep that same reveal the whole way around. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead, get the AZAC on, and then figure out layout and everything for the piping that is supposed to go into there and then connect into the side. So enjoy the time lapse. Alright guys, so the AZAC is mounted, everything's caulked, all my seams and everything. To do this again, I would probably just buy like a full 4x8 sheet of AZAC. Those things are like 300 bucks, but it would eliminate all of these seams. And I am caulking them and they are getting covered just for the sole fact of it might speed this process up rather than cutting individual slats, hanging them individually, then caulking everything. You know, honestly, I doubt anybody's ever going to even look at that. But yeah, regardless, we have our fitting on here. We punched the knockout, so now I can fit the knockout. And I'm looking at that. That's sticking out a little bit further than I thought. Oh boy, I hope I took that far enough. That's going to suck if I didn't. Either way, we'll get it to work. But oh boy. Oh well, it is what it is. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead, we'll get this mounted after dinner. My dad just texted me he's on his way down to Goodfellas, so I'm gonna jet down there, grab a bite to eat with him, and then maybe come back tonight and work some more. So we'll see you guys then. Okay, so it is about 8:42 p.m. I just got back, had dinner with my dad, ran out to Home Depot, got some more strapping, like 15 bags of them. We're gonna go ahead, and if I can get that run of SER line, this one here, run over to here and poke down into the basement, I will be a very happy camper. Let's fire up the time-lapse camera and get going. Oh my, that one was a fight. That didn't go as smooth as I thought it was going to. It still went pretty smooth, all things considered. I just thought maybe I was gonna be done a little bit sooner, but it's about 10 o'clock. But I'm at where I wanted to be. I got the second run of SRE cable run across the ceiling. Now remember, we're building bulkheads around those. You're not pulling that line through holes in the wall. It's not happening. I don't care who you are, what you're doing, you're not doing it. Good luck if you're gonna try. So that stubs out inside the wall there. Obviously we don't want it right up next to our 3-inch drop. So tomorrow we'll take some of those clamps and get it tight to that stud. It runs all the way down to a hole I drilled. And follow me, because you're not gonna believe me on this, but I promise you this happened. Come down to the basement, and we didn't have much working room, so I had to notch out on my womanized, and you can see it kind of pinched right there. But believe it or not, I had to get it through that notch there, and I got it through there first try. It was no fishing, no nothing. It dropped right down on through, and oh my gosh, what if I didn't have enough? What if I did all that and I don't have enough line? Oh my gosh. I have enough. I have enough. I have enough. I'm gonna keep telling myself that. If you want to see if I had enough, tune in on the next video when we find out, because I'm having kind of a mild panic attack right now. I have to have enough. If I don't, that's gonna suck, because I'm gonna have to loosen all those clamps tomorrow, push some of that line through, and get it there. I have enough. I have to have enough. Let's see. Oh my gosh, I'm panicking right now. I'm about 3 feet past, just kind of pulling it tight. I still have to chase it across the ceiling and drop it down. Oh. Oh boy, I have enough. All right, well, with all that being said, it was a very, very productive day here at the Freedom Compound. We got holes drilled, boxes hung, line run. Yeah, I mean, I got a lot of stuff done, and I am all right working late tonight since Yesterday was a very, very short day, but I am exhausted, I'm hot, I'm sweaty, I'm tired, I'm thirsty. I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna crack a bottle of water, jump into the truck, head home and get some rest. So, yeah, what a great day. So, I wanna thank you guys for tuning back in to another episode of Gunpowder and Freedom on vacation. If you liked what you saw, please click the like and subscribe. Don't forget to like us on Instagram, and don't forget to check out our store on Etsy. I appreciate all of the support you guys always give me. If you want to see if this line makes it, stay tuned for the next video, because that's how we're starting it off. It could start off really good or really bad. Check back next time. As always, have a great day, and I'll see you next time.